your passport, birth certificate, and driver's license needs. But that's not 03 or 914-361-9466. Also visit our website at www.udssolution.com or email expow473@gmail.com. Universal Document Solution Inc. No hassle. We do it all for you.
Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Wow, 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 wow. I love being here. I love being here. Did I tell you that I love what I do? Did I tell you that I'm in love with what I do? I am. It is Thursday, 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 Thursday. Can you do that in chorus with me? Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good evening to you. I am Lady D. Denise Gomez, your producer and presenter of Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Welcome to another edition of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And I'm certainly connecting with you this evening. Thank you for joining me. Today's program is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Universal Document Solution, Inc., 4225 Monticello Avenue. It is broadcast on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM, YouTube Inside of the Zone with the Lady D, Spice International Gospel Network, Sign FM 88.9. Touch FM Radio 90.1, 90 minutes after 6 o'clock. And Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. In this evening's program, Inspirational Zone, we get our praise on with excellent gospel music. News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Music Zone, it is Jazz Music Thursday. So you know how I do, and I'd like to do it with you where we're just swaying and rocking nicely. Fast facts. Did you know? Some random facts that will make you say, what the what? Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. From the subject line this evening, left at the airport. And what happened? I'll be giving you the scoop on that. And finally, we wrap up this evening with Know the Facts with Delia Farquharson. Renters in New York will have protection from evictions until at least January 15, 2022, after New York state lawmakers voted to extend, yes, so that's something else, an eviction moratorium. We'll talk about that. What time is it? 20 minutes after 6 o'clock. Welcome. Hello, everyone. How did you make out? We'll talk about that, but I still have to ask you. How did you make out in the rain? Ida, like some children where you just want to beat them. You just want to slap them up and say, what you doing? What you doing, Ida? What you doing? Well, if you're well, I'm praying that you are, then I'd like to say God is good to us because there are other parts of the country. But then there are people here right in New York who've been so adversely affected. Welcome, everyone. 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Want to say hi to my YouTubers. Yes, they're keeping my company until 8 o'clock this evening. Don't forget to share. I don't understand. I'm going to ask the question, have you been sharing? Ryan, have you been sharing? Pat, have you been sharing? Share. Let somebody know the show is on. Just send the link, man, and let them come on into the room. Come on into the room. And let them come into the room and have a good time with us. So good evening to you. It's now time for us to have some praise in our hearts, in our minds, in our spirits. Are you ready to get your praise on with me? It is Center Stage. Let's start off with praise.
You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Yes, you do. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. So let me hear you say hallelujah. All the glory, all the honor, all the praise. Hallelujah. All the glory, all the honor, all the praise. Hallelujah. All the glory, all the honor, all the praise. Hallelujah. All the glory, all the honor, all the praise.
All the praise. So says Minister Carlene Davis. You deserve all the praise. Something could have happened to us last evening during the torrential rain, but his favor. So I am giving thanks and I am praying for those who were affected and the families who lost their loved ones. Lord. Rough. But good evening, everyone. Hey, my Andrea over there in Barbados. How you do? Don't worry. Exercise the hand, Andrea, and it will be fine. Good evening. Welcome to you. It is Center Stage with yours truly, Lady D, Denise Gomez. It's a beautiful Thursday. I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh my, what a transformation. After all that last night, we could hardly keep our doors. My aunt was trying to get to work. She went out. She had to come back home. I tell you. But we are grateful. It's a beautiful Thursday, and it is my jazz music Thursday. So I aim to please you as you are enjoying the music and everything that I have on the program prepared for you this evening. Hey to you in the Bronx, Mount Vernon, Brooklyn, Barbados, Co-op City, in the Bronx. Blessings wherever you are. I'd like to say welcome. What time is it? 28 minutes after 6 o'clock. Welcome to News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, September 2, 2021. No movement days to contain the spread of COVID-19 and reduce the number of new cases have been extended for 5 additional days. The last of the initial 7-day period would have ended on Sunday, September 5. However, this will continue into Monday and Tuesday, September 6 and 7, as well as the following Sunday through to Tuesday, September 12, 13 and 14. The update was provided by Prime Minister Andrew Holness during a virtual press briefing last evening. The curfew hours from Wednesdays to Fridays remain at 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. the following day. However, it will begin at 6 p.m. on Saturdays and continue through the no-movement days, ending at 5 a.m. on Wednesday.
To allow persons to prepare for the 3 consecutive no-movement days on Friday, September 3 and on Friday, September 10, 2021, workplaces, businesses will be required to close at midday. The list of workplaces and businesses which will not have to close at midday remains the same as the last 2 weeks of no movement days.
Selected vaccination sites will open on movement days. Prime Minister Holness noted that the containment measure is beginning to reap success as the COVID-19 reproductive rate, which was at 1.4 2 weeks ago, is now down to 1.1.
What it shows is that the tighter measures are starting to show some results. It is starting to bend the curve. However, the R0 is still higher than we need it to be. It is still above 1. And when it is above 1, it means one infected person with it will infect more than 1. And so your numbers could still rise exponentially.
As the government looks to roll out its COVID-19 vaccine awareness campaign at the community level, approximately 40 wardens will be deployed across all constituencies. The move is in a bid to get more persons to take the vaccine. This was disclosed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness during a tour of a vaccination blitz site in St. Thomas yesterday.
However, those 40 persons must be vaccinated themselves. They must be vaccinated themselves. Their role will be to go out into the communities. The Ministry of Health will provide them with leaflets and information, and they will go out into the nooks and crannies, into all the communities in Jamaica, give out this information. They will canvass persons who want to take the vaccines. They will work with their Member of Parliament and other community leaders to make arrangements to move people from where they are to the vaccine centers and to generally build community support for the vaccination.
Prime Minister Holness says with approximately 13% of the country's population having received only one dose of the vaccine, Jamaica is not in a secured position against the adverse effects of the virus. He says this is also far below the targeted 65% for herd immunity, which will be increased given the unexpected strains.
So right now, the national priority is to get every Jamaican vaccinated. And that is our objective. So we are engaging the private sector, we are engaging the churches, we are engaging civil society, and we are trying to mobilize as many leaders, opinion leaders as possible to increase the acceptance and take-up of vaccines.
Meanwhile, additional oxygen concentrators are being procured to ramp up the oxygen supply across the healthcare sector. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says this procurement is in addition to that of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, as well as support from the diaspora.
We are on that path in terms of increasing the number of oxygen concentrators. I received a report from the CMO of what is on order, what they have spec'd out to go into procurement. And I personally, through sources overseas, working through our ambassador and through our consul general in New York, we have, I would say at this point, secured some close to 80, 90 oxygen concentrators. But the government is working behind the scenes with our partners to ensure that we can have a more robust solution.
Mr. Holness says these oxygen concentrators will help to alleviate oxygen shortage in the health system for those persons who are experiencing mild COVID-19 symptoms. A recent shipment of desperately needed bulk oxygen arrived on the island on Monday. And finally, the Agriculture Ministry, along with the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, will be crafting a comprehensive island-wide recovery program to assist farmers with input and planting material amidst damages experienced from recent rainfall. The announcement was made by Portfolio Minister Floyd Green yesterday during a farm tour of Clarendon and St. Anne. It comes on the heels of tropical storms Grace and Ida, which caused extensive damage to the sector.
The RADA team is also out working with them in terms of the techniques at salvaging. So we are helping the farmers to cut their loss as much as possible, as we will also help them to rebuild.
Minister Green says significant loss were mainly to vegetables such as cabbage and lettuce, banana, plantain and yam. During the tour, he used the opportunity to urge farmers to sign up for the GK Crop Insurance Scheme, which provides protection against natural disaster.
Farmers can contact GK Insurance. They can go to the RADA offices as well, and the RADA team will walk them through. And also our fishers, you can go to National Fisheries Authority, and it is the GK Weather Protect Insurance Scheme. Again, it protects against rain, wind and drought.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
That was a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez, the community platform where information is guaranteed. It is center stage. That's what I'm talking about. the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Don't you like how I just intertwine all of these things? I do. Yes, I do. Welcome to you and my YouTubers. I'm with you. Good evening. You are perhaps listening to me via Touch FM Radio 90.1. What would I do without you, Tony? Thank you. Hi, everyone over there at Touch FM, the audience, that is. And want to say hi to the avid listeners of Linkage Radio, 104.5, 101.7 FM, and to Chris Wilby over there at CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, SignRadio.net. What time is it? 6:35 p.m. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It is, of course, Music Zone, Jazz Music Thursday, and I'll be right back. I gotta give you something. Gotta give you something, something, something. Remind you one of those aristocratic stuff going on over here. Just bossy so. Oh, where's the love? Jazz, 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 jazz. Jazz Music Thursday, right here on Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Hey everyone, good evening to you. What can I say? What can I say? It's all about Jazz Music Thursday. Ha ha ha. How did you like that? I'm sure you loved it. 641, our telephone number is 914 600 4228. That's the number to call me. 914 600 4228. Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station. 24/7, 365 days for the year. No matter who is sitting in this chair, they're taking you to another place in your space. Ha! How about that? Locks, lyrics going on a Thursday. Welcome, everyone. Don't forget, the show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Universal Document Solution. Mr. X Dog Powell. Mr. Powell is back and doing what he loves and doing it very well. God bless him. Bless you, Mr. Powell. Here we go. Stay with me. I take a quick break. I'll be right back.
At Universal Document Solution Inc., we are the best in resolving your passport, birth certificate, and driver's license needs. But that's not all we have to offer. Our services also include marriage certificates, late entry of name, late registration, deed poll, preparing immigration forms, notary public services, and other specialized documents designed to meet your needs. UDS is at 4225 Monticello Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10466. Our friendly and courteous staff is ready and waiting. So pick up the phone. Don't delay. Call us at 914-384-4903 or 914-361-9466. Also visit our website at www.udssolution.com or email xpow473@gmail.com. Universal Document Solution Inc. No hassle. We do it all for you.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
I'd like to welcome Maureen Happy Goldborn. Hey, Happy, good evening to you. And AG's in the house. Good evening, AG. Thank you for joining me. As you know, a few weeks ago, I started Mail Zone. Your mails are my priority. And we've been having a ride, haven't we? This evening zone should be one, but then I leave that to you to judge. However, in Mail Zone this evening at 7 o'clock, so get your pens, your pencils, and whatever ready so you can start making your own assessment. Judge not, okay? Subject, left at the airport, the email that was sent to me, and I'll give you a quick synopsis of it. Man leaves Jamaica to the U.S. to meet the love of his life, left stranded at the airport. You get that? Man leaves Jamaica to the U.S. to meet the love of his life, left stranded at the airport. You'll hear the scoop once I read the letter for you at 7 o'clock. You start thinking about that. Oh my God, things can happen to us in this life. So welcome everyone. Good evening to you. How did you fare out with the weather? Ida, knock up her head. I tell you, Ida was just on a path of destruction and took lives in the process. And what has this shown us, really? You know, sometimes out of desperation, you rent somewhere, you have no other place to go. Situations come in your life, you live in certain areas, and it's until something like this occurs, torrential rainfall with gusting winds and, gale force winds and everything. And water, you see, water, don't play with water. I have an uncle who will tell you 6:45, set your watches and your clocks. My uncle Brammy will tell you he's not going in any water and it pass his hip. If it starts to get to the hip, he's out of there. Water doesn't joke. And so the water gushed into basements. People have lost their lives. So I'm just saying, oh my goodness, Lord, I've been praying even in my worship session this morning. I was just covering the people who are now mourning because of this, people who have lost their property because of it, damage across the areas that have been so impacted with these kinds of natural disasters, I tell you. But those of us who were not affected, let us, just be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful. So I just want to acknowledge, my. Hey, Jack. You're here now. You're here now. You see how people like Scoop. You hear what Jackie's here telling me that she has a quiz to do for school, but she will have to wait until I read the letter. Well, the letter won't be read until 7 o'clock. So good evening to those of you who are tuning in. Let me jump very quickly into the segment Fast Facts. Some random facts that will make you say, what the what? Man, that make you just say, what on earth is this, Lady D? Here we go. Let's just take you to that segment, of course, very quickly. And I'd like to welcome everyone. Isn't it a nice and pleasant Thursday? Well, I believe it is. And I'm your host, so I'm the pleasant one. So hi to you. 6:47 p.m. All right, let me take you to some, interesting things that's going on here in terms of just information, things that you perhaps hadn't thought of. Did you know it's illegal to feed pigeons on the sidewalks and the streets in San Francisco? Don't bother go over there and try, okay? Sure, a sprinkle of breadcrumbs to feed hungry birds may seem harmless, but in popular Californian city, you could get into trouble. San Francisco's Public Works Department explains this law is in place because there are dozens of reasons why you shouldn't feed your new pigeon friends, but mainly feeding pigeons harm our neighborhoods and also harm the birds, the things that you're giving them to eat. Did you know an astronaut was allergic to the moon? Check this one out. Seems like someone had a tremendous allergy problem. During the Apollo 17 mission, astronaut Harrison Schmitt found out that he had a severe reaction to moon dust. Number 3, did you know there's a toilet museum? In New Delhi, the Sulabh International Museum of Toilets features a rare collection that details the historic evolution of toilets from 2500 BC, that's before Christ, all the way up to the present day. When you browse through the exhibit, you'll learn about the plumbing system of ancient societies, marvel at elaborately decorated toilets of 18th and 19th century Europe, and even get to sit upon one from Austria that is shaped like a lion. Who would like to sit on a toilet that is shaped like a lion? Let me know. Number 4, did you know the official bird of Redondo Beach, California, is the Goodyear blimp? In 1983, the coastal city made the Goodyear blimp their official city bird in anticipation of the 1984 Summer Olympics. They even presented a plaque to a team from Goodyear Airship Operations to help celebrate the decision. Oh, wow. Number 5, did you know 3 U.S. presidents have won Grammys? Check this out. Former President Jimmy Carter has won 3 Grammy Awards in the Best Spoken Word Album category. The first one was for Our Endangered Values, America's Moral Crisis in 2007. Next came A Full Life, Reflections at 90 in 2016. Finally, Faith, A Journey for All in 2019. In 2004, Bill Clinton won Best Spoken Word Album for My Life. Just a year prior, in 2003, he won the Best Spoken Word Album for children with Prokofiev, Peter and the Wolf, Baintus, Wolf Tracks. Finally, Barack Obama has won a couple of golden megaphones of his own. He won Best Spoken Word Album in 2006 for the narration of his book Dreams from My Father audiobook. In 2008, he took home another one when he took home the Grammy for Best Spoken Word Album for the audiobook version of The Audacity of Hope. Number 6, did you know Viking men wore makeup? It's no doubt that Vikings were some of the toughest men in history books. However, they cared about their appearance enough to make that makeup was a part of their everyday routine. Go check them out online. Number 7, did you know you can get your eyeballs tattooed? Yup. If you're looking to get your entire body tattooed, you don't need to stop at your eyeballs. Many hardcore tattoo fans are getting the whites of their eyes injected with ink of all kinds of colors, ranging from green to purple. However, there are some risks involved, such as pain and prolonged blurred and double vision. Don't try it. Did you know the Eagles Stadium once had a courtroom? Veterans Stadium, where the Philadelphia Eagles once played, had a stadium courtroom and a jail to handle the team's notoriously rowdy fans. However, one of the judges for said courtroom reported that 95% of the inmates were actually not from the city itself. Of course not. Number 9, did you know Q is the only letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name? State, not city. Don't you go tell me, Lady D, Queens. Go through the list of the 59 states, and we can guarantee you won't find any state that has the letter Q in its name. Wow. Number 10. Okay, number 10. Did you know a jockey once won a race after he had died? Let's hear about this one. Frank Hayes was hailed as the winner at a race at Belmont Park right outside New York City in 1923. However, there was a slight problem. Hayes suffered a heart attack and died in the middle of the race, so the celebration wasn't exactly sweet. Number 11, did you know sharks love the taste of the internet? If shark attacks give you the heebie-jeebies, you and the people over at Google aren't alone. In 1987, it was reported by the New York Times that sharks have shown an inexplicable taste for the new fiber optic cables that are being strung about along the ocean floor, linking the United States, Europe, and Japan. That's strange, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say something is wrong with that picture? I think so. Wouldn't you say? I would say so. Something is a little, something is a bit off. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? So those of you who are with me, streaming, I'm here. I'm sure you're hearing me, but I appear a bit, out of whack. Anyway, finally wrapping it up for you. And we go to the last one. And the last one says, did you know Winston Churchill was hit by a car and nearly killed during a New York visit? It had to be over here, right? Talk about an all-American welcome. During a lecture tour in the U.S. in December 1931, Winston Churchill was struck by a car while crossing Fifth Avenue and nearly killed. Fortunately, he survived the accident. And finally, number 13. Did you know it would cost $18.3 million to make a replica Darth Vader suit? Sure, an exact Darth Vader replica would make an awesome Halloween costume, but it's probably a little over budget. According to Time, it would cost the average person 18.3 million to make a real-life replica to the infamous black suit that features a voice modifier, breathing apparatus, prosthetic limbs, and an augmented reality filter. Looks. Such information is just overwhelming. Did you get that all? I hope you did. Fast facts, did you know? Some random facts that will make you say, what? The what? I'm sure that's what it made you do. Hey everybody, it's Inside the Zone, Center Stage. Guess what's coming up at 7 p.m.? Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Man leaves Jamaica to the U.S. to meet the love of his life, left stranded at the airport. I've been getting some very interesting emails. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. You ought to come to my jazz club. 3 minutes to 7 o'clock. The jazz is just nice. It is 7 o'clock. Guess what? It is now time to my YouTubers. I'll be rectifying my frozen state in a few minutes. Don't you go anywhere. Stay right there. Welcome to everyone tuning in. So Jackie has a quiz, so I'm going to deal with this right now so she can get a chance to get into the scoop and see what's going on here. So welcome everyone to the segment Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Your emails are my priority, so I'd like to welcome you to the segment. And guess what? It's so interesting this evening because the subject line says, left at airport. Man leaves Jamaica to the U.S. to meet the love of his life, left stranded at the airport. But before that, you know how we do here, don't you? Yes, we do.
Two hearts together, we're a harmony so right. Two sparks united, we're a fire burning bright.
Only true, always brand new. Right from the jump, we had a hunch that we had everything.
Perfect combination. Love plus you and me. A perfect combination. We couldn't ask for any better. Perfect combination. We fit to a team. A perfect combination. With all it takes to last forever. Together.
Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see what we can do to help my. Alrighty. So I received another email. Don't forget, if you'd like to send your emails to MailZone, that's MAIL. Your emails are my priority. Then you may email me inside of the zone nyc@gmail.com. Inside the name of the show, inside of the zone nyc@gmail.com. This is a little lengthy, but it's fine. He had to write it that way to bring the story across. Dear Lady D, I am a single 37-year-old man who arrived from Jamaica to the United States 2 months ago to start a new life with my girlfriend of 2 years. We discussed plans to marry and start a family. I knew her for over 20 years before she migrated, and after several visits, we started dating steadily. Okay, come, Lady D, get it together here. I do apologize. When I arrived at the airport, I waited for over 2 hours for my girlfriend to pick me up. After making several calls to her, I started to worry because I did not have enough money to take a taxi. You know, I'm living in Jamaica. He didn't say cab. I also wondered if she may have been in an accident or delayed. While waiting, a beautiful young woman came across to me. She asked me if I needed help because she overheard. Have mercy. Shucks. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my finger is all over the place. Let me read that again for you. After making several calls to her, I started to worry because I did not have enough money to take a taxi. I wondered if she may have been in an accident or delayed. While waiting, a beautiful young woman came across to me. She asked me if I needed help because she overheard me calling someone and that I looked distraught. I told her that I was calling my girlfriend but was not getting her. Finally, she said her sister was coming to pick her up and asked her to take me to my destination. When we arrived at the house, I rang the doorbell and a man answered the door. I asked him for her, and he said he is the new tenant and that she moved over 6 months ago. Lady D, my knees almost buckled. I walked back to the car and told the young woman that my girlfriend no longer lived there and that I have nowhere to go. Both she and her sister took me to their home, where I am as I write you this letter. They have been very kind, understanding, and supportive. I have since gotten a job and adjusting to life here. I plan to get a place, but there is a new development. The young lady has expressed an interest in me and wants me to stay. Lady D, I have no plans to stay in her and her sister's house. She is beautiful, kind, and I'm sure she will make someone a wife, but right now I want to settle down on my own and put things in place for myself. My friends and family in Jamaica believe I am a fool to pass up this opportunity. How can you help me? That's it. That's the story. What do you think? Because when I read it twice, and then it dawned on me that he has known her for a very, very long time. And, eventually they came back full circle, started to talk, and they realized, as people would say, they catch feelings. And they start to talk. And so they developed a relationship. So the plan was he would come up here to foreign and, they would get married and life would begin. And then the whole time, if you listen to the letter, the whole time he's there planning with her to come up while she moved and gone. The new tenant says she has been out of there for over 6 months and have this young man. So when I read it, I'm like, am I missing something? Why on earth would she do that? But she just leave him and gone. And in the email, there's a footnote, which I did not place here. But he says that, he went to UTech, so he did engineering and so on. So he's no dodo. And he figured that he would come up to this country and so on. And he says at no time did he says he honestly has not done her anything. He didn't, they've just been talking by phone. He would even sometimes send her money. So he says it's not like she's sending him money and he's stressing her out. He says he more works and send her money than she offering him anything. So that was a footnote down there. So I guess he was trying to really tell me, listen, I don't do her anything. So in my head, I'm saying, well, unless she meets somebody and does zips and go and leave him. But why would you have him take plane, come to airport in foreign, have him calling you to pick you up as arranged? No, man. Somebody talk to me. 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. Left stranded at the airport. What's your thought?
Two hearts together, we're a harmony so right. Two sparks united, we're a fire.
Let me take my first call. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Lady D.
My Gloria, how are you?
Oh, hanging in there. Thanks for having you after all this rain.
Yes.
And
I'm glad to know you're
families
well
lost their loved ones.
Yes.
Sorry about.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe she was living a lie. Maybe she had somebody here and wasn't telling them the truth.
Mm-hmm. But
That's how it looks to me, because I heard of a similar situation since this week. Well, the man didn't really go because the lady said the man was staying here because he's planning to marry her.
mm-hmm.
And he said Corona is out of staying here and don't come. It's not over here. It's a different it came and the girl is younger than his daughter. So maybe he has somebody, she has somebody and was just because he's not going to jump on a bus and come. So I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, but
Well, we can all sit here and talk about it. There has to be, you know, there has something. And again, he sent me a footnote explaining that he's there for her, so he just can't understand why she would do that to him.
that's why I'm saying maybe she lives with or have somebody else. That's how it looks to me, and doesn't she don't want him to come and find out that. So
So she just cut, as we
yeah,
would
she
say.
just cut and run
She
because
cut
how you
and
gonna
run.
explain that to somebody? If you love the person loves you, and if you are what do you call it now? Is one person you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You would be happy to, and you know, you would be thinking along the same lines. They talk a lot, so you know that. I mean, I believe this is going somewhere. If you come now and it's not going anywhere, then you hop out of it. But
Yeah.
you're going to hop out before something doesn't sit well there.
Yes.
Maybe she was living a lie and then give him the impression that they are for each other. And I don't know. That's how I see it.
All right, thank you, my Gloria. Sorry for laughing. I'm just looking at the comments in the YouTube.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, my love, for calling. Okay,
You're
bye-bye.
welcome.
All righty. All right, 914-600-4228. You just heard Gloria's take. What's your take? In addition to that, now, of course, the young woman who helped him out, right, has an interest in him. But he says, I guess after the man has gone through all of that, he's not thinking about no relationship with nobody right now. So, his family telling him like, you get such an opportunity and turning it down. I am lost here. I don't know. You help me out, everybody. Help me out, help me out, help me out with this one. Good evening. How are you? Lord, I tell you. How are you? Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, Lady.
All right, I heard a male voice first, so let me take that, Pat. You hold on there a moment. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I can wait, or you want me to call back?
Yes, you can. Thank you.
Okay, I'll call back.
Good. Good evening. Welcome. How are you?
I'm feeling for your grandmother tired that you have on.
You notice. All right. Now take me on this evening, man. Leave me out. I'm sporting my rap. Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Good evening, sir.
good.
You tell me, how you doing?
Good. I'm well.
You know-
I'm well. Hold on, please. I have a call on line. Just hold the line, okay? Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay.
Then we need to find out something, Lady D. Then if this man have such a nice job and nice life in Jamaica, why you never invite the woman down for a day or two?
Well, I mean, I don't know. We can stay here and just, surmise stuff. He knew her, she migrated, right? They're still having their relationship. The plan is, come over to me, honey. We'll marry and just move on into bliss. What else you want the man to do? Coming down to Jamaica?
No.
Well,
So, no, Lady D. That the man, there's something wrong with that the man. He want to come America too bad. And then you find one woman who have an idiot who want to come America too bad, willing to do anything. And so therefore she just web him up.
No,
number
sir.
one,
No,
if
sir.
my girl, number one, if my girl and me and she have such a good, she'd have to visit Memphis even one time.
Well, the gentleman
And
didn't
Mr.
say
Maya-
that she didn't visit him. He wasn't going there. He didn't talk about no visitation. They grew up together, right? She come up foreign. Conversation develop after time, picnic come together now. And they're having a relationship. He didn't say she didn't come to Jamaica. But what you want the man to do? They're having stuff. Then him come.
Lady D, this a man a flat out bagabooza because number one, me not left my yard without my best money. Number one, if any sensible Jamaican, he probably on the book smart, but he for pull out a road, he don't know what to do. Because you not left me stranded on airport, number one.
Right.
Number two, me not go nowhere, me not know nobody, and me not tell nobody me not go. So you not surprise me. Him a real bagabooza.
Lord Jesus.
him a real bagabooza. I hope you don't listen to me. You not come from Jamaica. Because I don't wish woman in them modern days that they fool up man from Jamaica in a modern day time above all the hustling and the scamming where they go on.
No, man.
And you make one woman make you come at airport, come stand up with your bag and pan. You're real
No, no. Well, let's put it in perspective, Ryan. No, you have women who are fooling up men.
Listen to me. Not even, you reach at the airport and not even a taxi fare. What the where did someone
So
come from?
that part of it, when I saw that, I said, all right. Maybe using last little pay.
And not
Maybe.
even taxi fare, you're not coming out country with. You look at the night on the back of immigration, this is say you don't have no money, not even spend one night in our hotel. Both you come visit.
He wasn't coming to
But that's a
visit, he
madness.
was coming to live. Hello, he's going to stay here and marry.
Listen to me. This is a visitor's visa, Lady D. Come on now, let's do it the
Any
lawful
man
way.
then plan for just
Visitor's
overstay.
visa. You're
Hello.
entering the country. You should have a little pocket money in your pocket. Just
I
the
get you.
emergency. Then put your command woman come pick you up at airport and then show your bad face and put you out at night. What you do?
Well, at that point, he would have to figure it out. What can I say? Let me hear the other lady. Let me hear the lady online. Good evening. How are you?
All right.
All right, sir.
Hello?
Hello. Welcome.
Well, Lady D, I think what I do believe, the man who came out and said she removed 6 months ago, the girl is living here. That's the girl, man, what she live with. It's,
So you think she's still at that address?
the man find a fool and the woman find a fool and she used up. But that man was the pimp for the girl.
Lord Jesus, I didn't even look into that one. I just take it as
Yeah.
I read it.
Yeah, that's the man the girl live with. The man and the girl is a pimp. He's a pimp.
Lord
The
Jesus.
girl live with the man, and so he sent out him to say she removed 6 months ago.
That's another perspective because I didn't even think of that. I thought, honestly, the man, just the tenant and the woman move and gone about her business. But that's
No.
an idea.
There.
So quite possibly she still lives there.
She still lives there. And he's the first Jamaican I see leave his country without money. He should have even $100 to travel from the airport to go where he's going. You don't leave your house without money.
Right. I get you. You have a valid point there. I thank you for that. Very
That is one
unfortunate.
of all the gladdy, as we used to work on the American Girl and say, oh, I find one of the gladdy, and they're so sorry. He's one of the gladdy.
Lord gee. All right. Never heard that term.
Yes, ma'am, that's what they used to say.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how the nurses and used to say when we at work.
Oh.
Oh, you know, so, XYZ, you know, and it's one of the gladdy.
Lordy Jesus. All right, let me see. I see
Okay,
somebody
let's
else.
see.
Blessings,
Okay.
my love.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, take
Okay,
care.
good. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Good evening. Is there someone else online with me? Hello.
Yes, Lady D.
Good evening to you.
Good evening, my love. I am telling you something, not a fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that I know, the boy that I almost raised,
Mm-hmm.
and he become a big man.
Mm-hmm.
He married when he was in Jamaica. He got married. The girl was living there. She left and she came up here and made plans for him to come up to her.
Mm-hmm.
He did not come until 3 months after. This is something that I know is not hearsay, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 months after, he came up to her. And you know what the girl did?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't pick him up. And when he went to the address that they were corresponding
Mm-hmm.
all this time, you know, she opened the door, he told me. Opened the door. It's a good thing I used to correspond with his mother. Not him, but his mother, because we're very close in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And he opened the door and see the guy and closed back her door, wouldn't open it.
What?
Into the snow. Snow, I mean snow, Lady D.
Mm-hmm.
And the young man have to withdraw it because he had a big suitcase. He have to draw the suitcase going on to a bus shed.
Oh, no.
When he's going there, a taxi was passing. And the taxi man stopped because he told me that, stop and ask him, pick him up, take him to some motel or other. Then they stay from there. He called his mother from there. The mother called me, tell me what happened. She never tell me the full detail that the girl didn't take him with. Just asked me if I could make the guy stay with me. And he came with me. He spent about 5 weeks up here before he went back to Jamaica.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, it's something that I know. I know the wife. I know the guy from he was 5 years old. I knew him. So you see, when woman got too bad, but you see, she claimed that he was a womanizer. He had other girlfriends out there, and she know about them. So she feel as if when she tell him he was to come up to her 3 months before the time, he went. So she said he was out there cleaning up the place before him come. So when he came, she didn't want him again.
Oh, man.
No, that's true story I'm telling you.
Yes.
Somebody that I know. So the woman, that man that answered the door, the woman was inside. And she know that he is come because she can see all the calls and the amount of time that he calls.
Yes.
You know? But they've gone because she feel that maybe him go and find some way to find the address. So that is why I think she let the man answer the door.
Yes.
But the woman never gone anywhere. She was there, woman, your sniper, just like the man them.
I like that.
The man,
Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
so much for
know,
calling. I appreciate your call.
I think that's just what happened.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm sorry for the guy. Trust me.
My goodness.
I hope to God hope in a way or we go back home.
Or you go back home, yes. Thank you
Yes.
so much for calling. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing. And you see, similarities. Can you believe that? The same thing that we're talking about here, she knows of that in real life. 914-600-4228. If you're just joining and you're not sure what is going on here this evening, here is a 37-year-old man. He had a relationship with a young woman he knew from back in Jamaica, as we would say back in the day. And years later, relationship developed, and they decided that they were going to marry. He would leave Jamaica, come to the U.S., they would marry and so on. He got to the airport. She don't pick him up. He got assistance from two young women. They took him to their home, and he says, as he was writing me the letter, that's where he is. And in addition to that, now one of the girl like him off, the one who had seen him at the airport. But I guess the man's still in love. He's not gonna take on nothing new right here now. He didn't have any money enough to take no taxi, so the rest is history. Who is online with me? Good evening. Welcome to Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority.
Good evening again, Lady D. How are you?
Hey
And
there,
good
my
evening
Pat.
to everyone, and to Daphne, Sister Gloria, Ryan. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Okay. Now, how long ago did this incident occur, Lady D?
This is just 2 months.
And this is the height of COVID.
Yes.
So, Lady D,
Uh-huh.
this man is going to meet these two ladies at the airport, and they're going to pick him up and take him to their home.
Yes.
So they're helping him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a very dangerous move. What they should have done is put him in a hotel and let him go right back to Jamaica. Because this is the height of COVID. You don't know this person from Adam, and you don't take this person into your home. They took a very big risk.
Right.
Now, I believe that girl is cruel. Maybe he, as Ryan said, he's book smart, but he's not street smart. Or maybe he's just ignorant of the fact, because he's so much in love that he thinks that this person is paving the highway for him
Yes.
to just come in the lap of luxury. But it seems as if my girl had other plans. She got a man.
But you know, fine. So she has another man. That's what that is. But imagine
Of course.
she already made arrangements with him to come. That is the height of
Absolutely.
deception and
Of
evil.
course. Because all she could have said is, in all honesty, and you see, that relationship would have destined for doom, because you cannot start a relationship out on a lie. That's a very big deception. That's a very big lie. You don't play around with somebody's heart like that. And now you can see why some of these men, I'm not condoning violence, don't get me wrong, and I'm not encouraging violence, but when we go out of our way to destroy someone's heart and their emotions, there are some repercussions.
Yes.
So what she did, she should have told the man from the very get-go, you know, yes, we have known each other for so long and we did make plans. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work out. Come up with some kind of excuse, but you don't let this individual leave with high hopes and expectations of coming here, and now to be left isolated and desolate. And then these two ladies pick him up and no one ever interested in him. I think he should run like a thief. I think he should run like a thief.
Yes.
Yes. Don't, you know, that would be on the rebound.
Of course, that's what I think
That
too.
would be, that would be on the
The
rebound,
timing
and
is
that
off.
would not be
Yes.
a very good thing to do. He
I
seems
agree.
sound as if he's a very intelligent, very smart guy, but only book smart. He, you know, street smart he's not. So
14.
I just hope that he gets himself together, you know?
Yes, and I know,
So-
I believe he's listening. He did say he would listen. So I guess by the time I
Yes.
hang up, he'll say I'm on my way home.
Wonderful.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you,
I
Pat.
hope he decides to get himself together, okay?
Blessings.
All right,
I
Lady D.
appreciate you.
All right.
Yes,
Bye-bye
thanks.
now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me run to the phone line. Good evening. How are you?
Yes.
Lady D.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm trying to hear two persons at the same time. So, Jackie?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead quickly. There's a gentleman holding on. Hold the line, sir. Go ahead, Jack.
Lady, that is way past effective.
Yes.
She live with this other man, and she don't really love the man, but the man paying the rent, and the man giving her food and taking care of her, and then no, this is this Pidoogles from Jamaica coming up from Jamaica. No, this is the sweet boy coming up from Jamaica, and she want to carry on with him, but she thinks that she couldn't get rid of the old man before
Before him come.
but
Oh, Lordy,
never
I
work
like
out.
that. Oh, dear
You know?
Lord. So I'm sure. No. So as
the crap, but I blame
yes,
him.
yes.
I blame him because I don't think it's so much that if a friend him won't come so, but yes, he's a young man who got caught up in this whole affairs of the heart, and he thought that this was going to be the relationship that's going to bring him to this country, and he starts his new job as an engineer, whatever he did at the time, whatever. And it fell through so badly that I doubt the story is complete. I don't think he gave you the full
story. Well, I guess it would even be worse. What can I say? Maybe
I don't think so.
Yeah. Thank you,
And
Jack.
many of us know similar stories, but I'll give somebody else a chance to
Yes, thanks so
elaborate.
much.
But I think the story has a few holes, but it's sad. But God always provides somebody. If the story is true that these two women picked him up at the airport in this height of COVID, then God provided that person. The lady who called before said that when the young man was dragging his suitcase, a taxi man came and picked him up. God provided that person.
Thank you, my
So
love.
God always provides for his people. We still have to look at, even though it's negative, whatever happens, God still provides.
I
for them.
believe that. Thanks, Jack. Good evening.
Good evening, Lady D.
Hey there, Miss Delia Farquharson.
How are you?
Good, good. Welcome. You stumbled into some stuff here. Lordy.
Good evening. Have I heard another voice?
No, I think. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Miss Delia, just hold your thought one moment. Good evening, sir.
All right. Sure.
I'm just gonna say quickly what I'm about to say.
Okay.
What I'm about to say may sound very hilarious anyway.
Yeah.
But if I was that man, I'm sure he probably has a telephone number for the lady he came to see. So he should sing the song.
No.
Leave the song on his answering machine, and it goes, "Stand by your man,
No,
and
dear.
let the world know you love him."
Mm-hmm.
Please do.
All right.
That is my suggestion.
That is
a
your
bit hilarious,
suggestion.
of course, but that is my suggestion.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks for calling. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Welcome, Miss Delia Farquharson. Hello. All righty. So we got kicked off, Delia. Please give me a call back. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we're about to enter the segment Know the Facts with Delia Farquharson, aired on the first Thursday in the month. And today is September 2nd, the first Thursday, and she joins me for the 7:30 segment. So thank you all for participating. Oh, Lord Jesus. I and I have quite a few emails, they've been coming in. Inside the Zone NYC at gmail.com. Email me, let me know if you'd like to share a story or you know someone who would like to share a story with me. Let them write Dear Lady D and make their story clear so that we can understand it. Of course, when people send you a note, not at all times are they going to, if the gentleman was to give me the whole story, I perhaps wouldn't be able to end the letter. So, we thank him for being brave enough to email me. And thank you for participating this evening. Miss Delia Farquharson, are you back with us?
Dee, how are you?
Good. It's Thursday. I just wrapped up the segment Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. So now
wow.
Oh, yeah. So we've been discussing an email that I received, and it's a kind of a hot topic. So
Lord.
Yes. So welcome. Know the facts.
Thank you, Lady D.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Lady D.
Nice. And everybody knows when Delia joins me here at 7:30 on a first Thursday, it's always informative, it's community related, and she brings a perspective to her concerns. So what's on your mind this beautiful Thursday evening?
So what's on my mind, Lady D, is the eviction moratorium.
Yes.
Right? So we know that moratorium is expired on the 31st of August.
Mm-hmm.
We are very grateful that yesterday the new governor, Governor Hochul,
Yes.
signed an extension on that. That will take us to January 15th of
2022.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really important for folks to understand. Folks, if you can afford to pay your rent, that you should.
Yes.
And that for those who really cannot afford or who are behind, that there's money available. There is emergency rent assistance that's available for folks to apply for so that the rent can be paid and we can remove the risk of eviction from over their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a serious problem and it's threatening to be worse, ladies.
Yes. Now, in light of all this, there are people who genuinely have not been able to pay their rent because even prior to COVID, they've had difficult times. They've been such strenuous, under such strenuous circumstances. They have either they have quarter, a little tips, as we would say, and they've never been able to pay the rent on time, pay it at all kinds of stuff. But did you know, Delia, and I'm sure you do, that there are people who, that is just how they roll. They don't pay their rent. They feel that they have that kind of autonomy not to pay the rent, and who dare you come knock on my door?
And those people are playing Russian roulette. They're being foolish. First and foremost, you must always secure your housing. So why would you put that? Because it's because if you don't have anywhere to live, you don't have any place to secure your belongings, so you can use the money and buy fancy clothes and fancy shoes. But if you're homeless, all of those things are going to be exposed and at risk.
Yes.
And now things are getting serious, where people are not joking about trying to throw people out. The Supreme Court in New York did with the landlords in terms of saying, that landlords can evict people, that the moratorium is illegal. So this is getting ready to be a big battle. And we already see a lot of people on the streets, Lady D, so I don't know why anybody would do that to themselves, would place themselves at so much risk by not paying
their rent. I don't know. Many people can tell you that at some point in their lives it has been difficult. It continues to be. Some got over that hump. But they just didn't take it as a given. That because many people who own homes have not yet paid off for the house. So if they rent it to you, it's their investment. You have to pay for them to pay their mortgage.
That's right.
I don't know. Yes, the COVID-19 pandemic has somehow filtered into many decision making in this country and in other countries too. So the first thing that is factored in is that people were not working. Not many people were not working. There were those who were working. There are people who still worked, and there were not necessarily no frontline workers, but somehow they worked. There are many people who, even hairdressers and so on, and everybody has to live. We have to eat. We have to take care of our families. So there were those who, yes, you see two little people move through, in and out, because hair still a do. At somehow, sometime, hair still had to be done. Right? Barber need to cut. So there were those little, we understand it, the little underground operations. But it's not like, say, everybody did a den off because them couldn't work. They died. Many people died because of the COVID-19, and they picked up the virus and died. But honestly, for those whose offices, business places were closed, you think they didn't find a way to survive?
They did, and they have.
Okay.
And so, but you know what? Listen, the economy is such that now they're giving people signing bonuses to take jobs because there's so many jobs and so many people that are not working, right? Popeyes was offering something like $18 an hour.
Yes.
Think about that. So we know that if folks want work and work that offers relatively decent wage, that they can find it. And that's what we want to encourage people to do, so that you can pay your rent. Because you're right, Lady D, there's so many private landlords, private homeowners who rent one of their apartments, and if you don't pay the rent, they can't pay the mortgage.
That's right. And then their house is in foreclosure and all of that.
Right.
Hold your thought one moment, Delia. Good afternoon. Is someone online with us?
Lady D.
Yes.
The people of New York especially don't know their varieties.
So would you
I'm not sorry for them.
Ryan, you want to say good evening to
Yes.
Delia, please? Say good evening to Miss Farquharson.
Hello, Miss Parkinson. How are you?
I am well. Good evening. How are you?
Life is good. These people of New York don't know their variety. They come on the bus and they don't want to pay $275, but they're talking on an iPhone 12 and iPhone 13, and they have eyelashes and fingernails long to the sky. People need to know their varieties. If I was a landlord, you see, if I was a landlord, I don't pay no margin, I don't pay no Canadian, I don't pay no New York water, and we all gonna sit in the dark. The mayor is an idiot. encouraging them to hold these people their money and don't want to pay them. But they need to understand that sooner or later, if I was the landlord, I had everything to their credit and leave them out there. Because they will never live long enough to get another apartment or a house in New York State. So they can always stay there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ryan.
People need to know their priority.
Mm-hmm.
You are absolutely right that folks need to, because like I always say this, you can't have any kind of help if you don't live anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
People who are homeless, housing is the greatest need. And I'm a mental health provider, and I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again, where people, when they are unhoused, when they are homeless or housing insecure, it is the time when they are most vulnerable, they are most afraid, they are most traumatized, because you just don't have any way to secure yourself when nights come. When you see nights coming, you don't know what you have to do. And if you see the people walking on the street, more often than not, they're talking to themselves because they've come out of their mind just from the stress of having to walk up and down with everything that you own. Just imagine what that feels like.
Yes.
But but when everybody was working, where did all that money go? When everybody was working, everything was nice, everybody was working. Where all this amount of money go? We get a lot of money now. The federal government hand out a lot of money. Where is all this money? What are we doing with all this money? I can speak for myself. I was getting $900 sitting home. So I just don't understand.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
Understand? And if I know I have to live somewhere, I am not living under the tree. But you see, these politicians, as them always said, politicians right on the backs of the poor. And that's why I'll never vote Democrat. Those are the worst government. I'm a registered Democrat and I can talk. Worse. They encourage poverty. Because they need to get serious with these people. Get serious. Cut the benefits. Okay, I'm going to pay you rent. You're not getting no benefits. You have to find food. I'll pay for the rent. I'm not giving you no more state this. You find food, I pay the rent. But I'm not going to pay the rent, find food, and you sit home every day. You have an iPhone and you have all of this. Come on.
So we're encouraging dependency, right?
Only Democrats do that. But I can't wait for that party to go to power and see what happens here. Because I know this is coming back around to bite everybody. Sooner or later. De Blasio, him can sit there. Why don't he write a check every month and issue to the people? He's bagging up on state funds.
Thank you, Ryan.
They're not real. Alrighty.
All right, blessings.
Thank you so much.
All righty.
All right.
7:42 p.m. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Please stop by this evening. They are over at the Jerk Center, so you can stop by and go across the street. You'll see Soji there, and their pan and smoke is just rising up, and everybody's just good. So go on over and say, hey, Lady D, send me that you have a Jerk Center. Yes, he has it across the street. Good evening. Don't forget Universal Document Solution Inc., ex-Doll L. Powell. He'll be able to assist you with your Jamaican birth certificate if you need a new birth certificate. If there's an error on your birth certificate, he will be able to have that corrected for you, send it off to the Registrar General in Jamaica, and do all that he needs to do to get you back up and running. Okay? Give him a call, 914-361-9466 or 914-384-4903. This is the segment that we call Know the Facts with Delia Farquharson. We're broadcasting on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, Sign Radio.net, Touch FM Radio 90.1, and this is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station 24/7, 365 days for the year. Over to you again, Delia.
Well, Lady D, I want folks to know that there is assistance for those people who have fallen behind on their rent.
Okay.
The expectation is that if you have not paid your rent as of March of last year, because circumstances were difficult or you couldn't afford, they're asking you to demonstrate and to prove. But there's a process to do that, and we do not want to see people walking on the street.
The violence is already up all over the place. Look, there's so much stress, so much happening. We just went through this terrible flood last night.
Yes.
Flood that we haven't seen in 100 years.
It
And
was
so
terrible.
people are going to lose home as a result of that as well, because
Yes.
guess what? Garden apartments and basement apartments flood out.
And
So,
even,
so
Go
the
ahead, tell
assistance
me.
needs to be there, but we need to help. We don't want folks to lose their housing, but we really don't want homeowners to lose their homes, because more than a rental property, it's also usually the home of the owner. So we want to make sure that they're getting the money so that they can pay the rent and now fix the properties, pay their insurance, so that if something like this happens, that they're covered. So these all have repercussions, and we just need to all be responsible for ourselves and each other.
That's right. You've always been able to bring a perspective, Delia, to the topical issues as we see them, and I am hoping that persons are listening and adhering, because you just cannot take it upon yourself to say, and you know what, there are people who they come to you, they have all 5 months in advance, and after they live out that 5 months, you're not getting penny out of them.
And we've had that, lady. We've had that. We had the one-time, rental assistance program where a lot of people were moved out of New York City into places like Mount Vernon, and the rentals paid a year in advance, like 1 year in advance. And after that year expires, guess what? Not another
Not
cent.
a cent. Yes. It's
Not
difficult.
another cent. So there is a process to apply. You can Google Emergency Rental Assistance Program, ERAP, and then you can look to see what documents they're asking for so that you can apply and get the aid if you qualify.
Yes. All right, let me see, someone else is calling. Hold your thought, Delia.
Okay, lady.
Good evening. Welcome to Know the Facts with Delia Farquharson.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Okay.
Good evening, Miss Farquharson.
Hello, madam. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I just want to raise a point here. I wish it was possible for a statistics to be done to see how many persons have actually applied for this benefit and have not received it. And why I'm asking this, or why I'm making this statement, is because I know of approximately 4 persons who owed over 5 months rent, and they applied to the place that they should apply, and they got turned down.
Really?
Something was amiss, yes, and they reapplied and nothing happened. So what I have come to understand in my observation, billions of dollars went back. One, because those persons who really need it and applied for it, for some strange reason, the application seems to be so difficult. They're not getting to the paper process. Two, there's another set of persons who cannot apply because they're not eligible, because they are working and they're not paying their rent. So you have those two set of persons, those who really need it, can't get it, and those who cannot get it because they're really and truly not eligible. I've had co-workers who have decided that they will not pay the rent because, they don't have to pay it now. You know?
And that is
crazy.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
it
is
crazy,
it's
but
unreasonable.
the truth of the matter is the monies are going back because those who are eligible are just, the paperwork is crazy.
It
They
is.
submit
Right,
the
so
paperwork
and
for some reason they're just not eligible, and they need the money that is going back for them to pay the landlord,
Right. So one of the things that this Governor Hochul is working on, and the extension that she just signed kind of covers this. But what they understand is that the process has not been an easy process to navigate. So because it hasn't been an easy process to navigate, they are trying to now make it more user friendly. And so, like in Mount Vernon, for example, you can call 211 for help. And I think that we're going to see, because you're right, Many people have applied and nobody got, no money was distributed, which was crazy to me. So that there's a full understanding of that. But I think once the moratorium expired and they realized how little money has been expended, then they realized that they have to put effort. And I've been saying this, I mean, believe me, I've been calling the planning department, I've talked to the mayor about it, about pushing this so that we can get the money to the people who really need it. I cannot imagine that someone would qualify, have the need, and then be turned down. For what? So that is something that I would be willing to help to try to navigate, to call all of these agencies that are administering the funds to say, explain to me as the council member why this person was turned down. When they do have the need, they submitted the paperwork, or they might need extra help in submitting the paperwork. So that's another thing, is that we need to make the process more user-friendly so that people can get through it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right,
for
thank you
calling
so
in.
much.
Yes, we appreciate you. Interesting, Delia, because this whole rental scenario has been around for a very long time, and it's global as we know it.
Right.
Right. It's a global issue. And, there are persons, the rent here in New York is just ridiculous. And it has also pushed people to the limit where they have moved out of New York. People will call and say, oh, me in Florida, and what you get for the little cubby hole, I am spending X for it. But how many people can move out and go to other states? Not many. Especially if you have
But you know what, Lady D, yeah.
a big family, kind of thing.
Right. It's not easy to move. Moving is a traumatic event. But you're right. But because what has happened in New York, see, real estate, the price of real estate, because of displacement and gentrification and people gobbling up the money and the land banking, this is all, part of that,
Plan.
capitalist society that we live in. So people are trying to maximize and buy a property and trying to get as much rent as they can and, prepare themselves for, to be millionaires. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. And so that has been happening, where folks cannot afford something that I remember when I was working at the mental health clinic here, people could find a room for $400 a month, $450 when I started. Now, if you can't find a room for $900, you're lucky. One room. We're not talking about an apartment.
There you
to
go.
get even a one-bedroom studio apartment, talking $1,200, $1,300. Now, most people cannot afford that. So the price of housing has gone up significantly. So that's another thing. And the amount of housing that's available has diminished. And again, because of that one-time parent program out of Manhattan, a lot of people moved in, is occupying those apartments, so there's no availability. So these landlords feel like, these commercial landlords feel like, they can charge top dollar because somebody's willing to pay them. The Blasio is willing to pay top dollar to move people out.
I tell you, the variables involved are many.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm hoping that there are persons who are listening, because some people earn good money, If it means it's 50 jobs for the week, they're coming home with something significant that can help to pay their rent, but they just feel that they should not pay all at one time. And so, Lord have mercy. And some landlords are very empathetic. They try to be there for you because they don't want you to carry them to know landlord and tenant court and all of those things. If you have a rebel for a landlord, then you have it coming. They will tell you, carry me, right? And go battle it out with you. But there are other people who that's just not how they do. So when you and no matter how many references, people have been cooking up references for as long as I know. No matter how many references and this and that, they come to you with something that you just can't seem to find a loophole. It's always, as though you are the perfect penny. And then when you get into their homes, and you just suddenly not paying no rent and something. What is that?
Yeah, it's unreasonable. But I'm going to encourage people, Lady B, to pay the rent. If you can at all afford it, that is what you want to secure.
Yes.
Secure your rent. Secure a place to lay your head when it's nighttime. Right? Make sure that you're taking care of that. And don't take it for granted. Because you don't want to be the one who goes to court and the judge is saying you've got 30 days to move.
There you go.
Because you haven't paid. You haven't paid the rent.
And your name gone down in court.
Right. And then it's going to be difficult for you to even find
There
something
you
else to
go.
live because
There
they're
you
going to
go.
check to see that
Yes.
you've been evicted.
Well, Delia, I thank you so much for bringing this to our platform this evening because, yes, people see it on the news and so on, and they're like, oh, you know, people get extension and so on. But the details involved is much to discuss. It's a whole lot. And it's on both sides. Landlords are affected and tenants are affected. So whether it's because you're not paying the rent or it's because you have lost your job, genuinely lose a job, there are those too. And the landlord will say, fine, you know, I can hold off until you get something. But if him see you sit down and you're not looking nothing, then that's another problem.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Delia.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Always my pleasure,
you.
Lady B. It's always my pleasure. So you stay safe, Lady B.
I
and
try
we'll
my
talk
best.
soon.
You do the same. Thank you so much. Know the Facts with Delia Farquharson aired right here on Inside the Zone Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect on the first Thursday in the month. And I thank her so much for bringing such vital information to you, my viewing and listening audience. I want to bless up my YouTubers this evening. Boy, you were having a wonderful time with each other in there in the chat room. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. As you know, it is my Jazz Music Thursday, and how can I not, you know, bring a little music to you before we go. Did you know I have a jazz club? Yeah, all in my mind, all in my mind. I could have a jazz club though. Want to thank Touch FM Radio 90.1, sign radio.net, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, for broadcasting Inside the Zone this evening on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. Thank you, my listeners, for tuning in, keeping my company from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on a Thursday. No rain this evening. We're blessed. You know I like to show off now, right? That my weekend begins with you starting today. Thanks to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Hop on over by Wickham and Nereid. Go over to the Jerk Center. Say, Lady D send me. AG, leave me alone. Jazz Music Thursday, wrapping up the show. And as I tell you, when I was a child and I would walk boat all over my community. Walk, you know, pick me walk boat. Did I tell you I used to walk boat? And they would come out on the veranda and say, Denise, Sophie, that's my sister. And you see us running from all over the place. And then if they don't see us run coming now, you know, then somebody is gonna come look for us. And then when they find me now, they say, dark yourself home. Go on up. Am I the only one who they used to dark home? Well. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. I had a good time. Hope you did too. A lot of love and blessing. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. I love and appreciate you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Mwah! I'm out of here.
Julex, I represent for Linkage Radio 104.5 FM. I def them.
There are radio stations within the air, but to this, none can compare. Trying to figure what to think, because now with us, you're fully linked. Stay linked to Linkage Radio, your home for entertainment.
This station rules the